It was a smooth landing when I arrived in Zimbabwe with my tour group to explore Victoria Falls Park. The trip was an adventure of a lifetime. With just a couple of days of exploration, I was able to experience the river and wildlife safari. The other highlight was the memorable visit to see the Victoria Waterfalls.
Right, good morning everyone.
Good morning.
I hope we all had a good night's sleep.
Yeah,
And all ready for the walk. So we have a minute to 2 minutes ride to get to the falls. And when we get there, we leave the bus and the rest of our tour is walking. 3.5 kilometers, turnaround walk, which is about 2 miles. Alright, and this is the falls pop up right here. And just a quick confirmation for those booked for the helicopter. Soon after we're done with the walk, you'll be picked up most likely from here. I think we'll be done by then with the helicopter.
Hello everyone, welcome you to welcome to
We were eager to start our walk to the falls, but our guide Sim started us with a rundown of the Zambezi River, the water source of Victoria Falls.
And this is how the source looks like. Just a spring, just water bubbling under the roots of a tree in northern Zambia, northwestern Zambia, in a place called Kalene Hills. So it's in a hilly place, that's where the spring is. From there, it flows southwest into Angola, where it makes a sharp turn back into Zambia again. Runs through what is known as Barotseland floodplains of Zambia. And down here, this is where the Victoria Falls is situated between Zimbabwe and Zambia. Further down,
Next was the map overview of the rainforest and the waterfalls viewpoints along the 2-mile trail that we needed to hike through.
Zimbabwe, this is the southern bank, and you got Zambia, the northern bank. Pass number 2.
From what we heard, it all seemed like an easy walk on a good day.
We don't go on the beach because of the fence along here. We turn back to this point, shortcut, back to where we are.
So the adventure begins. Overlooking the falls is a life-sized bronze statue of David Livingstone, the first European to see the waterfall, which he renamed Victoria Falls in honor of Queen Victoria of Britain. The statue gazes out toward the first viewpoint, the Devil's Cataract, the starting point for the creation of a new waterfall. The entire volume of the Zambezi River pours through the first gorge, 110 meters wide, to a distance of about 150 meters. It is on the second viewpoint where 38 steps took us down to a lower viewing platform for a closer view. Feel the mist and see the spray shoots upward like inverted rain. We continued our walk along the trail and stopped at designated viewpoints to take our time for pictures and be amazed at this beautiful scenery and nature's wonder. But we were pre-warned to get wet, and so extra care had to be taken of our cameras during our walk to the first viewpoints. And then we moved on through the rainforest for the next stops. Numbered viewpoint signs are posted along the way, but hardly anyone paid attention to them as we were busy enjoying the view on the other side. The main falls is one of the most picturesque sections of the waterfall, and which carried a substantial volume of water. Directly across from it, the sound of the waterfalls was like music to my ears. But the view gets entirely blocked by the amount of mist in front of us. The waterfalls seemed to go on forever. Each viewpoint brought another spectacular view. It's even more impressive to see the huge amount of water falling down from the height of 100 meters create so much mist. And getting wet by the spraying mist was part of the experience of being there. Following the trail, the viewing points have gradually become more open toward the end. The tour to the falls is self-guided, but with the presence of our guide being helpful to remind us that there is some danger in the Horseshoe Falls section. We were able to walk close to the edge of the cliff and minding our steps as we set our foot on the wet rocks while trying to look down to see the Zambezi River flow at the bottom of the waterfalls. The views are simply awe-inspiring, and the mist from the falls cools you off. We walked the entire trail, and the best view is the one next to the end of the trail. The falls are breathtaking. It was surreal seeing Mother Nature at her finest. On our return hike to where we started, we had some great shots of the Victoria Falls Bridge. Completed in 1905 and a historic civil engineering landmark linking Zimbabwe and Zambia, it is a great place to do a bungee jump for thrill-seeking adventurers. We didn't get to cross the bridge, but close encounters with wildlife in the rainforest were just as interesting. Take a break, buddy. You see it?
Mm-hmm. So what it is? Yeah.
It's like a antelope or something.
Oh.
Better than I had imagined. We managed to take some nice pictures. The Victoria Falls is very impressive and definitely worth to see.
So, which flight are you doing?
Which what?
Which one, yes.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know.
How much were you told to pay?
150
I think it's
US.
150. To supplement my ground adventure with different experience, I signed up for the helicopter flight over the Victoria Falls.
Alright, that one it's a 12 to 13 minutes flight, and we fly you only over the Victoria Falls.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright.
Good.
However, we do have a longer flight. I don't know if you know about it.
Yeah, I think we don't want I don't want the longer one.
I'm good with the 13 minutes.
13 is okay.
Alright.
I was with a group of 5 in the same flight, and before our takeoff, we had to go through a short briefing about our flight plan, followed by a weighing session prior to boarding the helicopter.
So much. Good flight, guys.
The boarding process was quite well organized, with flight staff taking photos and videos of us while waiting, when we boarded, and as we were assisted to buckle up and wear our headsets. Victoria Falls is the biggest curtain of falling water in the world, forming the most remarkable feature of the Zambezi River, and it is considered to be one of the world's largest waterfalls. This flight offered another beautiful view, and seeing it from above was like a magical experience. There are 2 islands on the crest of the falls that are large enough to divide the curtain of water: the Cataract Island and the Livingstone Island, the point from which David Livingstone first viewed the falls. And the Zambezi River pours through the first gorge, passing through one of the park's main attraction, the Victoria Falls Bridge, and then enters a zigzagging series of gorges. Our flight time was just about right to cover some aerial views of the Victoria Falls. We followed the number 8 pattern during our flight in order for everyone to have the same opportunity to see, take pictures of, and appreciate both sides of the falls. I wish the flight was longer, but our time was up for us to head back. The next day, our guide, Sim, drove our group back to the airport for our return home. In the end, we have accomplished what we wanted for this African adventure, taking with us unforgettable memories from this part of the world, Zimbabwe.